Hey everyone, and welcome to the course. This is Health Economics, Temple University for the fall 2023 semester. My name is Joe Shin. I am the instructor of this course. The goal of this video is to give you a broad overview of the course, expectations. We'll go through the syllabus, we'll go through everything that you need to find within Canvas, and so forth. Hopefully you are aware that this course is being administered entirely online and there is no set meeting time. So before we jump in, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. Again, I mentioned my name is Joe Shin. I have been teaching here at Temple for over 10 years now. I started around 2010. Some of the courses that I've taught here have been health economics, labor economics, principles of micro and macroeconomics, and a couple others. I teach part-time here. I also teach at a couple other schools in the area and have taught a couple other schools in the area. That's what I do part-time. Full-time, I am an economist with the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and that's a job that I've been doing also since 2010. Before that, I did a little bit of work with the Census Bureau and Merrill Lynch before going back to school, to grad school to get my PhD. And then I've been at HUD and teaching ever since 2010. So that's enough about me. And at this point, let's go ahead and jump into the course. So up on the screen here, you will see the syllabus for this course. This is Health Economics again. Now this is the writing intensive section. The school used to offer both writing intensive and non-writing intensive. Now they just offer the writing intensive version. And the biggest difference between those two courses is that there is a comprehensive paper that you have due that is worth a pretty significant portion of your grade in this course, which I'll be touching on a lot. Here's my contact information. My email is here, joseph.shin@temple.edu. That is by far the easiest way to get in contact with me. As I mentioned, I do work full time, and so I'm not able to always respond right away, but I will respond within 24 hours, if not within 12. Office hours will be held via Zoom on Tuesdays from 8 until 10, or by appointment. The Zoom room information is in Canvas, which I'll be showing in a second. Prerequisites is microeconomic principles. The required textbook is listed here. Now, this textbook is a little bit outdated, but you will see that in my lectures I do update some of the numbers, but the basic principles still hold within that textbook. Course description and learning objective. Web access. So as I mentioned, this course is being administered entirely online. On Canvas, you're going to find everything you need from the assignments, lectures, quiz exams, and any links. Now, you will be responsible for keeping up with everything and asking any questions you might have. The way that this course is set up is that you will have a week that runs from Monday through Sunday, and within that given week, you will have deadlines where things are due, most of which are due by the end of the week. There is no set meeting time for the course, and it's up to you to make sure you have everything submitted when it's due. Now, also with that, every week does run from Monday through Sunday, and it only becomes available 1 week in advance. And so, for example, weeks 1 and 2 will be available at the start of the semester. Week 3 will not become available until the start of week 2. Week 4 will not become available until the start of week 3, and so on. So the course grade breakdown is here, the grading scale as well. So let's talk about them. So the first part of your grade is your weekly VoiceThread discussions. So during some of the weeks, you'll be given a discussion topic to respond to, and that will be done through VoiceThread, which I'll show in a second. And you will have to make 2 voice or video comments each week in response to that. So for the first is you come on sometime between Monday and Wednesday. You are to see what the topic is and give your response to that topic. All right, answer the question, give an example of it, whatever it's asking. And then sometime between Thursday and Sunday, you are to come back, listen to or view the responses of other students, and then directly respond to one of their comments. Now, when you are responding, you can agree with it, you can disagree with it, you can expand on it, whatever. Just make sure you are being respectful. Now, each thought should be about 30 to 60 seconds in length and be an original thought. By that I mean just not copying what another student says or just saying I agree or disagree. Now, if you agree or disagree, you have to explain why or why not. Here's the grading rubrics for that. Next up is weekly quizzes. Now, a quiz will be given every week, and it will cover what was covered during that week. They will be administered through Canvas, and each one will be a 30-minute time limit. So once you open it, you have 30 minutes to complete it. There are no makeups, and each missed quiz you will get a 0. However, the lowest 2 quiz grades do get dropped at the end of the semester. So if you end up missing 2 quizzes, they both get dropped at the end of the semester. All right, so paper. So I mentioned this is a writing intensive course, and a big part of that is this comprehensive paper. Now, I've created a different video and videos to discuss this separately, but just to kind of give you an overall gist of it. Now, this is not a purely research paper. Right? By that, I mean the goal of the paper is not to have you pull information from different sources and just summarize it, basically. This paper is a data-driven empirical paper. Now, what that means is you're going to form some hypothesis on a health economics topic, and you are to use your own analysis of data to test that hypothesis. Some of the things here, the paper is roughly 10 to 15 pages. Now, when I say 10 to 15 pages, that includes any kind of title page, an abstract, any graphs or tables, bibliography, etc. So if you removed all those, it should be 10 to 15 typed pages. Now, that final draft that you will submit, that paper, is 80% of your paper grade. However, there are other components of that go into your grade. So at different weeks, you're going to have different items that are going to be due. A hypothesis, an abstract, data description, theoretical background, and so forth. And we have the due dates here. And with these, they're basically worth a couple, well, they are worth a couple points each. So for example, the hypothesis is worth 2 points of your overall paper grade. Abstract is 3, data description 3, and so forth. Now, the final draft is graded based on the quality. All the other ones, however, are based on if you complete them and you do them correctly. So if you do all of these, you will get 20% of your grade right off the bat. Now, the goal of these assignments is to help me see if you're going in the right direction with your paper, and if not, guide you there. The students who do the best on the paper are the ones who go through and do all these assignments and take my feedback from them and apply them to their final draft. All right, now, 2 parts here. One is plagiarism. The easiest way to put that is don't cheat. All right. I've gotten very good at catching people who are plagiarizing, and I say this every semester: if you plagiarize, I will catch you. And every single semester, I still get someone who plagiarizes and they get caught. What happens if you do that? You get a 0 for your paper, and that's it. All right. There's information here about what plagiarism is. So I suggest you look at that. Now, something that is newer is the use of artificial intelligence, for example, ChatGPT. That is also a form of teaching. Or sorry, not cheating. If you use artificial intelligence and you get caught, you will receive a 0 for your paper. Now, the question might be, well, how would you know? There are checkers that are now built into the system that check to see if the paper was written for artificial intelligence. Now, if that checker reveals that a high percentage of your paper was written using AI, you will get a 0. Don't do it. The final part of your grade is the exam. There are 2 exams, the midterm and the final, each worth 20% of your grade. The final is cumulative. Now, unlike the quizzes, the final exam is it's open. Well, they're all open note, open book, even the quizzes. But with the exams, there is no time limit. Right? They're an essay form. You can open it at any time, and you have to submit it by the end of the week. With the final exam, because the paper is such a significant part of the time and energy you're going to put into it, I've made the final exam optional. So what happens is, if you decide to not take the final exam, the grade you will get for your final exam will be whatever you got on your midterm exam, less 10 percentage points. Okay. So if you got a 95 on your midterm and you want to skip the final, you will get an 85. Here are the exam dates when they're due. Disability statement. If you need any special accommodations, reach out to Disability Services, who will then reach out to me, and we'll make those appropriate accommodations. And then here is the course calendar. For each week, it has which topic and chapter we're doing, the different assignments due. I color-coded to make it a little bit easier to see. All right. And for the most part, everything is due the assignments are due by the end of the week. The only exception to that is the VoiceThread discussions, where you have to make one post by Wednesday and another post by Sunday. So that's the course. Let's take a look over at the Canvas page now. So my page is going to look a little bit different from yours because not everything is going to be visible to you. But this gives you a rough idea. So on the home page, which is the same as the modules page, you're going to have different modules. And within these modules, so we have first the course syllabus and information. The intro video, which you're watching, will be found here. Then you have the syllabus. You also have the VoiceThread tutorial, which will tell you how to go through, do VoiceThread, make comments, and so forth. Now, as far as the paper goes, there's 2 parts. One is I have made a comprehensive document that will go through assignment by assignment with you, with the different assignments with the paper. And so I highly encourage you to go through and look through this. And in addition to that, let's go back to the modules. I've also created paper assignment videos. Now, the first paper, or the first video, will give you a broad overview of the assignment. And then you have, for each different assignment, I have a separate video. So for the hypothesis, I have a separate video. For the abstract, separate video, and so forth. For office hours, I have the link to the Zoom classroom, in addition to the passcode you need. And then we have each week's module. So for each week, you have the module. The one will have the overview, which will have the learning goals, the reading, and then links to the lectures, which you can either view in here.
So as we look,
or if you click on it, it will take you to the YouTube page where it is. All right. Go back here. In addition to the links to the lectures and whatnot, you can also find the lectures links and the assignment links here. So just quickly show you the VoiceThread assignments. So once you click on there, you will be given the topic. This is the topic for discussion 1. To add your comment, you click on the little plus sign. You either do a video or a voice one. Then you'll be given the option to save it or discard it and re-record. And there will be the modules for all weeks. Now again, as I mentioned, when you're looking at this, you're only going to see weeks 1 and 2, because week 3 is not available until September 4th. Just looking at some of the other ones, the announcements, when there are already announcements that are made, they will go here. They will also be sent to your email. The syllabus just shows you when different things are done, when different assignments are due. And I will say this, as I mentioned before, for the VoiceThread assignments, there are 2, but I can only put 1 in here. And so the first one is due by Wednesday. The second one, which is the date that's going to be showing here, is due Sunday. If you go into assignments, you will see the different all the different assignments in here, which you can access when they're available, or you can access it through the modules page. It's a different way to see all of them. If you go into grades, you will also be able to see your grades and my feedback from the different assignments in there. So that's really it. That's the course. Because this course is online, it is really important that if you have any questions, you make sure you ask. Email, come to office hours, set up time to come to office hours, whatever it may be. So at this point, if you have any questions, please let me know. And if not, let's have a great semester.